Yo, what is going, guys? It's jmoneyhs back in with another video, and today we are going to be looking at all the big balance patch changes for version 30.0.3 for Hearthstone. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look into that, but before we get into it, be sure to like, subscribe, so that way you don't miss out on any Hearthstone content. Once again, thank you guys so much for all the support on the videos. Thank you so much for over 600 subscribers, almost at 650. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you, every last one of you. But yeah, let's go ahead. This patch is absolutely massive. We got like a bunch of changes. First things first, let's start out with the big one. Reno getting nerfed. What is this, like the fifth time or something like that? It started at 8, went to 9, went to 10, and now it's getting its effect change. So where the old effect is if your deck started with no duplicates, empty the enemy board, limited to one space for a turn. Now it's just if your deck started with no duplicates, remove all enemy minions from the game. This is honestly a whole lot better for the meta game, if we're being completely honest, than limiting it to one space. Because God, I have faced so many Reno decks where I've been limited to one board space, and it's just absolutely swung the game in favor of the Reno deck and everything. I swear there's like a video from like last week or last week, I believe. One of those videos, I got like absolutely destroyed by a Reno deck because played Reno and I got limited to one board space. So yeah, I think honestly this is a very good one here. Anyways, we got some dev comments. Reno's been a polarizing card since its release. He's a necessarily strong payoff card to singleton decks, which many players really enjoy. I love singleton decks. I love Reno decks. Reno's been oh wait, no, I already read that. But playing against him can be really frustrating, especially his next turn board limitation. It's been difficult to balance these competing player interests, and we don't make this change lightly. But we feel Reno was due for an update to no longer hit non-minions, dormant minions, etc. So things like dormant minions, like if you have a Magtheridon on the board, locations, and now starships as well will not be affected by Reno. So oh boy, that's a big one. That's a big one. So I think that'll actually make the win rate of the Reno decks a whole lot less, in my opinion. Maybe it stays a little bit. It'll definitely get weaker because of this change. Because main reason people are running Reno decks is to combat the starships and everything. So that's just a big change, though, that you can't get rid of starships anymore because of with Reno. So you have to like actually play some like more cards, so that way whatever starship and everything doesn't either kill you or whatever. But yeah, very good change, definitely needed. Yeah, why do we have the board limitation to begin with, if we're being completely honest? Then we got Lamplighter going from a 4/3 that dealt 1 damage improved by each turn in a row you've played an elemental, to a 4/4, a 4-mana 4/4 where Battlecry, if you played an elemental last turn, deal 4 damage. That is absolutely insane. Because if you all know, Elemental Mage is the highest performing deck in the meta right now. And this was one of the cards that helped it, because you just play a bunch of elementals in like every turn, and then suddenly you have 2 Lamplighters for basically a Pyroblast. Well, not double Pyroblast, kind of. On turn 8, you just double Lamplighter, and your opponent says bye to like 15 health. So if you can get them to like 15 or something like that, you're pretty much chilling on that aspect. And if as the game gets going even longer, you just stack more damage on the Lamplighter, so you have like a bigger window. But also, Lamplighter's just been like a big part to end the games very aggressively, because elemental decks. We'll read the dev comment. Elemental decks are designed to be tempo decks that can play for board and be aggressive. We want them to have some finishing power, but Lamplighter gave the deck way more direct damage than we like. We think this change, instead of just making it cost more or only hit minions, better aligns with the goals for the archetype, which I agree. But I'm thinking maybe they can bump it down to 3, make it like a 3 mana 3/4. 3 mana 3/4 would be fine. And then deal 3 or 4 damage. I think that would be fine. I think that would be a fine play as well, if because I think Lamplighter might lose a lot of its luster. I think Lamplighter might stop seeing play in the elemental decks, if we're being completely honest. That's what I'm thinking. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. But yeah, Lamplighter, big nerf. So yeah. Then we got Seabreeze Chalice. Speaking of getting absolutely nerfed into the ground, instead of just deal 2 damage randomly split among all enemies, now it's only against all enemy minions. So yeah, spell damage druid is absolutely crying right now. So yeah, you can't do your Seabreeze Chalice, Alonius stuff, all your OTK in one turn and everything. Big nerf. Yeah, this should have been what it looked like from the start of the mini. I think it came out in the mini set. If it didn't count, oh no, it didn't come out in the mini set. It came out in the actual set. So this is what Seabreeze Chalice should have looked like at the start of Perils of Paradise, because of just all the shenanigans that people did on day 1 of the expansion. But hey, we finally got there in the end for all the enemy minions. Yeah, this definitely should have been made a whole lot earlier, though. Conniving Conman, more just destroying like mage cards and stuff like that. Even though it's a rogue card, it was like being played in mage. Conniving Conman from the old battle cry: replay the last card you played from a non-rogue class to replay the last card you played from another class. This and the next nerf we see are just demolishing big spell mage. So hopefully finally we'll be out of that meta of like elemental mage, big spell mage being the top dogs. Yeah, Conniving Conman was absolutely insane, especially when it came to just playing this, get another Tsunami, or play this, get another Sunset Volley or something like that. It was absolutely, oh boy, it was crazy. And then Sea Shill, going from next play, from a non-rogue class card cost 2 less to now the next card you play from another class costs 2 less. These are particularly big because they're mostly seeing play in Mage. So whenever, say they have this, I think it's Skyla, for the Rogue Tourist. Yeah. So if they have the Sea Shill and the Conniving Conman, they can only discount non-mage cards now, instead of just the next card that's not a rogue card. So big nerfs here, in my opinion. Yeah, definitely get your dust if you have extra copies of Conniving Conman and Sea Shill. I don't know if I have extra copies or not, but we'll see. Anyways, Sleep Under the Stars going from 7 mana to 8 mana. Yeah, this was particularly big in Odin Warrior. I had a video last week about that. Be sure to go check that out. Yeah, Sleep Under the Stars could be like a good 1-2 with like the 1-3 quill board where you gain an extra armor and stuff like that. So yeah, people were just using the Razorfin Rockstar or whatever it's called. I think it's what it's called. And then doubling up on the Razorfin Rockstars and then playing Sleep Under the Stars for like a bunch of armor to get the OTK with Odin Warrior, or just using it defensively. So I think it warrants going from 7 mana to 8 mana. It's not a big change, especially since you can just I think you can still do the combo with this amount of mana, right? Because you've got 1, 2, and then 8 and 8. So overall, that's 2, and then that's 18 mana. So if you have both new heights in, all you have to do is just refresh 3 mana on your first Sleep Under the Stars, and then you'll be fine. You should still be able to get the OTK. Quasar. Big nerf going from 6 mana to 8 mana. Read the dev comment. Yeah, our bad. Every expansion, we like to make a few dreamy cards that get players thinking about how far they can push the game. These cards aren't supposed to be the most competitively viable. The fun of them is wondering, what if? Quasar mostly fell into that category. It certainly got the Dreamers cooking, and it hasn't turned out to be a competitive power outlier, but the experiences when this card does work are too sharp and ends games too quickly, turning the Dream into a nightmare to play against. Yeah, people have just turned this card into like a turn 5 just death or something like that. There were people ending games on turn 5 or something like that. Like they prep into Quasar on turn 4. I saw Raren have like a game where he had the location where after you play a card, draw a card, and then if you play it, cast it again and stuff like that. And yeah, you could definitely get some stuff going crazy with that. And I think it had like an OTK aspect to it. So yeah, definitely needed that gone. But yeah, Quasar, it's one of those cards where it's just like, it's not like good, but whenever you get it cooking though, oh my god, you can get it cook. If you can get it cooking, you can get it cooking. That's why they nerfed this card from 6 mana to 8 mana. Makes a whole lot of sense. And then we've got Everything Must Go going from 8 mana to 9 mana. I'm curious why that is. I don't know why that is. I haven't seen Draw Rogue be the biggest thing in the meta right now. It was more so like in Whizbang's Workshop and the mini set for that, where I saw it was a big metagame player. But I don't know. Let me know down in the comments if am I missing any context to it. Because yeah, I just I'm fine with it getting nerfed. But I don't know. Then we got Malta Magma going from deal 1 damage to all enemies to deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. This is perfectly fine. This limits the aspect for like for you to get like some spell damage and just use Malta Magma to just destroy the entire field. That's fine. I think Malta Magma is just more so used to wipe out like the 1 health enemy minions and stuff like that. So this shouldn't impact Malta Magma. It shouldn't hinder that card a whole lot. So I'm not gonna say. So I think Malta Magma is perfectly fine. I don't think it'll be taken out of any lists or anything like that, because I think it's just more so used for like the super aggressive decks where they just swarm the board with 1 health, 2 health enemy minions. Then we've got Wave of Nostalgia going from 5 mana to 6 mana. Yeah. That Wave of Nostalgia, really good card. Especially on turn 5, if you're going up against like a control deck. Dude, and especially if you can get this card drawn off of Hagatha, you just already got like a one minion into a random legendary. So if you just get more, like Grofin is like a very easy way to get like 2, even 3 things for Wave of Nostalgia to go. I think it's perfectly fine going from 5 mana to 6 mana. Yeah, I not really. The Shaman nerfs are fine. We've got Threads of Despair going from 2 mana to 3 mana. I've never seen a lot of the appeal for Threads of Despair, if I'm being completely honest. I'm not a Threads of Despair hater. I just don't get a lot of the appeal. I mean, sure, it wipes out the board, but a lot of times, it's just sitting in your hand doing nothing. So, honestly, I'm just saying, I don't see a lot of the appeal for Threads of Despair. I'd rather just run a board wipe card than just something that can get rid of, like, all the other minions as well. So, I don't know. I don't know. Call me greedy or something like that, because I like to run more powerful cards. I think Threads of Despair is not the most powerful card. I don't know. I think that's a hot take, though, but that's just my opinion. Then we've got Reska going from 20 mana to 25 mana. I don't think this changes anything, honestly. You can get it out on, like, turn 6 or something a lot of times anyways. So, again, I don't think this changes anything for Reska. So you can just use this and take control of, like, your enemy starship or something like that. Reska still going to be very, very good in Death Knight. Yeah. Funnel Cake going from 1 mana to 2 mana. Yes. Yes. I am big on this change. Not only because, like, I've hated Funnel Cake for the longest time, especially during Zarimi Priest meta, but you can no longer make copies of it with Pip the Potent, which I don't think is getting seen a whole lot of play. I could be wrong. But either way, you cannot make copies of it with Pip the Potent or anything like that anymore. And also, whenever you do play this card, unless you have Love Everlasting on the field and everything, most mana that you can get back is 1. I think that is perfectly fine. Just get like that 1 mana. I'm fine with it. Mystery Egg, going from get a copy of Random Beast in your deck, it costs 4 less, and now it costs 3 less. Ugh, we're making the thing in Wild a whole lot worse. Egg Hunter in Wild is getting a whole lot worse. But, yeah, now your Tundra Rhinos cost 2, your Hurons cost 2, your Mok'Nathal Lions actually cost a mana. So yeah, your Mok'Nathal Lions aren't free anymore. Ugh. Ooh. But I think this is just more so in Standard, where people are just getting like a whole lot of copies of, like, say, King Plush or something of that nature. That's what I'm thinking this is mainly for, but honestly, I think a lot of like the people over at Blizzard for the 3 less, I think they're a lot of them are secretly targeting the Wild Egg Hunter, because where it's just such a big player, besides a lot of the obvious decks in the what's it called besides all the other decks in Wild, all the big powerhouses. Speaking of powerhouses for Wild getting nerfed, Order in the Court now draws you a card again after you reorder your deck from highest cost to lowest cost cards. So yeah, now instead of dealing 100 damage on a Holy Wrath, you cannot do that with Order in the Court anymore. If you want that 100 damage Holy Wrath, you gotta You gotta hope, or you gotta wait till after you draw your entire deck, play Ceaseless Expanse, Baleful Banker, and then Holy Wrath. Which definitely doable. That's only a 7 mana combo by that point. So yeah, 7 mana combo for 100 damage Holy Wrath target, that'll be really good. But hey, at least you cannot do a turn 5 100 damage Holy Wrath anymore. That's the big one. I think a whole lot of it though is more so on like Order in the Court, ordering your deck from highest cost to lowest cost and everything, and also for the cowboy or whatever, the one that makes your next holy spell costs like 2 less or something like that, that enables those turn 5 OTKs. So yeah, you can get like Shrivala, Molten Giant, stuff like that going. So yeah, Holy Wrath Paladin still a fun deck in Wild, but we'll see if it's still like a big player though. I don't think they're gonna run Ceaseless Expanse honestly though, and all those cards are the ones that are getting nerfed, so you can get your dust refund on those. Just type in refund in the collection manager and you should get them. Plus the disenchantable copies of Master's Call. That's a more so down here in the bug fixes and stuff at the main bottom. We'll get to that in a minute. But first, we've got some buffs as well, mainly to starship pieces. But yeah, we've got Ascara going from a 5 mana 4/5 to a 4 mana 4/4. Sure. Then we've got Deirdre, Rebel Captain, going from shuffle all 8 crewmates in your deck, and then Death Rattle draw 1 to Death Rattle draw 2. Sure, that's fine. I don't think the Demon Hunter stuff is very good with the crewmates, if I'm being completely honest. We've got Voronai, I think that's what it's called, Voronai Recruiter, going from a 1/3 to a 2/3. Again, I don't think that's going to change a whole lot of things. If the crewmates were like cast when drawn on the Rebel Captain, I think it would be a whole lot better, if I'm being completely honest. But they just I don't think they do it. I don't think this does it though. Same for Voronai Recruiter. You just get a 4 mana 4/4 into your hand. Like, you have to pay 4 mana to play it, so. There's just better cards to play in Demon Hunter. Interstellar Star Slicer going from a 2/3 weapon to a 3/2. I'm guessing you give it like more of an aggro burst, but yeah, it's still giving 6 damage. It's just over 2 turns instead of over 3. Sure, I haven't really seen Libram Paladin a whole lot. I haven't seen a whole lot of Paladin in general. We've got Yrel, Beacon of Hope, speaking of Libram Paladin, going from 5 mana 4/3 to a 4 mana 3/3. Sure, again, haven't seen Libram Paladin, so I cannot really gauge any of that. I guess also Interstellar Star Slicer. Good God. It's more so to like get the Death Rattle very early as well. Because you can just get the Battle Cry turn 1 and then Death Rattle turn 2. That makes a whole lot of sense. Yrel, sure. Felfire Thrusters going from a 2/3 to a 2/4. I haven't seen Starship Warlock at all. Only Warlock deck I have seen has been like Insanity Warlock or just Insanity Warlock. Hand Warlock has been very popular. But yeah, I have not seen Starship Warlock at all. Yeah. And then we got Shatari Cloakfield going from a 1/3 to a 1/4. Sure. I don't think this changes a whole lot. I think this is just to like bump up the health for like all the starships and stuff like that. That way it's more sticky, I guess. I don't know. But they're pretty sticky as is, especially with the Especially in Druid when you've got the 3/4 that gains you armor and stuff like that. I think that's a neutral one. But either way, like you've got that 3/4 that gains you armor. That one's pretty sticky and it's got a really good effect to it too. But yeah, I like the Shatari Cloakfield I think is actually pretty good. I've seen it played against me a little bit. So far in the metagame and everything. Have not seen Starship Warlock, so I cannot gauge it. We've got Gravitational Displacer going from a 4/3 to a 5/4. Again, just adding more stats to Starship pieces. Sure, that's fine. Now it's actually got some decent 5-mana stats and stuff like that, so sure, it makes it fine. Starship Schematic going from discover a starship piece from another class to making it cost 1 less. Sure, that'll actually be pretty good in Starship Rogue. Yeah. Then we've got Scrounging Shipwright going from a Death Rattle, gain a starship piece from another class to a Battle Cry. That's a whole lot better than a Death Rattle, if I'm being completely honest. It fits a whole lot better, too. Then we've got Exodar going from a 8-mana 6/10 to a 7-mana 6/8. Holy shit, that one's gonna be a little spicy. This last change is particularly spicy. Yeah. But yeah, those are all the starship buffs and everything. We've got a couple of more down here. 3 more buffs down here, but yes, Exodar, I think that's going to be very spicy. I kind of want to play a Starship deck, if I'm being completely honest. Ace Wayfinder going from a 5-mana 5/5 to a 4-mana 4/4. I mean, sure. Maybe you put it in that like really aggressive Draenei Warrior or something like that. Hey, maybe if you can get this to like attack immediately or something like that. I don't know, but you kind of want that 9/2 to kind of attack immediately, but we'll see. Then we've got Dimensional Core going from a 3-mana 3/2 to a 2-mana 2/2. Again, another starship piece buff and everything. Sure. I think that's kind of fine, but I'm trying to think of like any downsides to giving your Starship Divine Shield. Maybe Starship Rogue can use this, but I'm just thinking of like all the times where like if your opponent rescas you, you're kind of just like really sad because your starship gets taken away. Then we've got Astral Vigilant going from a 1/1 to a 1/2. Sure. Then we've got a lot of Battlegrounds updates. So Season 9 of Battlegrounds comes in like in 2 weeks, I believe. Yeah, 2 weeks from 1 week from Tuesday. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into some changes. Got some minion updates. I think I read that there's no Tavern Spell updates. There's some trinkets and minion updates. So let's go ahead and get into that. Critter Wrangler going from a 2/5 to a 3/6, and instead of whenever you cast a spell on a minion, it give it +2/+2. Now it gives it +3/+3. Sure. Makes it decent if you have like if you don't have like a Hot Air Surveyor and you have some blood gems and stuff like that. But I don't know. You kind of want to get like your Hot Air Surveyor if you have the blood gems. And then in Naga, like regular Naga comp, this doesn't really see a lot of play in it. It sees a lot of play early, but like it doesn't see mid to late. But yeah, Critter Wrangler going from this, sure. Soft-Hearted Siren going from a 3/6 to a 3/10. That's big. That's big change. Yeah, this will make it a whole lot more tanky in all the fights that it's in. A lot of times I play this card, it dies in one hit. So yeah, that's why I never play this card. So maybe it survives 2 hits now. We'll see, but I don't think that's going to be a good change for, well, it's a fine change. It's a good change, but I don't think it'll be good enough to make this card see a whole lot more play. We've got Living Azurite going from a tier 4 and a 6/6 to now tier 3 and a 4/4. Yeah, that me as an elemental player. I actually got first place with elementals last night and everything, mainly because of Living Azurite to start the big scaling, and then I got into Rock and stuff like that. But Living Azurite kept me in that game, if I'm being completely honest. So very happy to see Living Azurite get some love here. Iridescent Skyblazer going from a 4/8 to a 3/7, and instead of giving your friendly beast other than it +1/+1 permanently, now it gives +2/+1. Ooh, that's big. Maybe Skyblazer and Trigor comp, maybe that good. I did pretty well with Skyblazer Trigor comp the other day. I don't remember when it was, but I think it was like Sunday or something like that when I got back from vacation and everything. But yeah, Skyblazer comp, I really like Skyblazer comp, if I'm being completely honest, so I'm always happy to see it. Moonbacon Jazzer going from tier 2 to a tier 3, and the stats going from a 2/3 to a 2/5. Sure. Yeah. I think it definitely deserves to go to a tier 3 because you just get like, especially if you're Shutterwalk, you just play Moonbacon Jazzer, you just hero power it all the time. Yeah, I think that's a big change, especially if you like really... If you're like Dino Tamer Bran and stuff like that too, or if you're like Bran and you buy Moonbacon Jazzer and stuff like that, you can get the early Bran into Moonbacon Jazzer and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that's fine, but I will say this does make Bobblehead for Quillboars pretty decent, because now you can get like Moonbacon Jazzer in that pool, but you do lose the Sunbacon Relaxer. You do lose the Sunbacon Relaxer if you do that. But I think this is fine. I think it's definitely warranted. Bacon Jazzer, really, really good, if I'm being completely honest. We've got Karmic Chameleon, golden version only. Instead of transforming into a copy of a minion to the left of this after 5 of your minions die, now it transforms into a golden copy of the minion to the left of it. That is very, very good, especially... Okay, my camera just decided not to focus. But anyways, this change is very good, especially if you have like a regular Tidus Rivendare and stuff like that, and then you just have like the golden Karmic Chameleon next to it. Yeah, that'll just transform into a golden Tidus. That way you could just hold out and wait, and well, maybe, but a whole lot of times you can just get like Karmic Chameleon into like a very good golden minion and everything like that. I've seen people transform like Karmic Chameleon into like a golden version of like whatever, just like playing the golden minion next to it. A lot of times it's either Tidus or like Beatboxer or something like that. But yeah, Karmic Chameleon, I think this is a good change. I think it's a good change. Landlubber going from a tier 3 to tier 4, but it's going from a 4/5 to a 5/6. Sure. I think this is like a change to like keep Living Azurite and the Landlubber on separate tiers. I think they definitely should be on separate tiers, because they just go well into each other. So if they're both on tier 3, you just have like the very good early Landlubber and then Living Azurite. You just buy like a bunch of cheap tavern spells and stuff like that to bump up your elementals all the time. So yeah, I definitely think they should be on different tiers, so that makes a whole lot of sense. Fireys, yeah. The Zephyrus Buddy. going from a 3/3 battle cry, discover a plain copy of a different minion you have exactly one of, to a 4/4, when you sell it, discover a plain copy of a different minion you have exactly one of. So if you don't know, you could go absolutely infinite on the Fireys, as well as Disco Shuffler. So if you just had Shady Bunny had a video like a couple of last week or the week before or something like that, where he just basically went infinite with Fireys in Calicos, Dragon Comp and stuff like that. He had 2 Warp Wings, 2 Calicoses, and then a Golden Brand, and then he just played Fireys, and then played the tier 3/3/2 that Battlecry buffs your dragons by +3/+2, and then also Disco Shuffler. So he basically had that going infinitely. He played the dragon, then he played the Disco Shuffler on the Fireys. He had the dragon in his hand, so he could only do that. But yeah, he went absolutely off. I watched that video twice because of how awesome that video is. Go check that out if you haven't. I love watching Shady Bunny for his Battlegrounds videos. But yeah, Fireys definitely needed change, especially with as long as Disco Shuffler's in the game. Yeah, this definitely needed change. Famished Fellbat basically going back to its old ways. Instead of your other demons consuming a minion in the tavern to gain stats, now it can eat the minions in the tavern as well. Yeah, it's just basically putting it back to what it was. No comment there. Fellbat just going to be very good again. Belcher Portrait, all the trinket updates and everything. We've got Belcher Portrait going from whenever a friendly minion loses Venomous, it gains +3/+3 to +4/+4 permanently. Sure. Kaboombot Portrait going from Kaboombot's Death Rattles deal 8 to 10 extra damage, so now they deal 14 instead of why not just make it up to 12, so that way it does 16. That way it's like a power of 2 kind of, or just like somewhat even number. It's weird going from like 12 to 14. Just give it a little extra 2. Dollar and Cheese Wheel going from 0 gold to 1 gold, but minions in the tavern have +1/+1 from every 5 times to every 4 times you refresh. So kind of going back to where it was before. Yeah, maybe if you have stuff like Solar Rewinder or Archimond or whatever, plus Malkazar, you could just try and get that going. Or if you have like Rock and Recycling Wraith elementals and stuff like that, Dalaran Cheese Wheel would be very, very good. Blainktron Sunglasses, 3 gold to 4 gold, sure. Model Globe going from 1 gold to 0 gold. Yeah, a lot of people pick the Globe, but a lot of people just don't live to see it, though. I've been in that percent of people, though, where it's just die the turn before you get the globe value and everything like that. Yeah, I kind of feel like they should kind of do with like Piggle's Fishing Rod. Just make it every turn you get a 6-drop, and then you could just make it cost like 6 gold, 5 gold, or something like that. People would definitely do that. Rewinder Portrait going from 4 gold to 3 gold. Sure, Rewinder has been pretty bad lately, especially when you just have Archimond doing the same things. But even better because you could just get free tavern spells and stuff like that. Greater Trinket updates. Brand Bronzebeard Portrait. The Brand Portrait going from just get a brand. Brands are both the Murlocs and Dragons. You also get a random Battlecry minion whenever you select a brand portrait. That one's really good. That one's really good. And then Nala Portrait going from 8 gold to 5 gold. That's a big discount on it. And then instead of Tavern spells just costing 1 less, they still cost 1 less, but not less than 1. So your 1 cost tavern spells and stuff like that, they stay 1 instead of 0. I think that's perfectly fine. A big gold reduction on the Nala Portrait. I'm big on that. Bobblehead going from just Tavern no longer offers cards from tier 1 or tier 2 to gain 2 gold and then the same effect. So yeah, you just get 2 gold for free. A lot of people do pick Bobblehead though, so yeah, sure. Bellatrix Portrait for the Greater Trinket going from plus 12 to plus 12 permanently to plus 14, plus 14. What is it with 14 instead of 16? Very weird, very weird. Dalaran Cheese Wheel, the Greater Trinket version, going from 2 gold to 5 gold. Big change there. And then the same as the Lesser Trinket, upgrades every 4 times instead of every 5 times like it used to. Living Azurite Portrait going from 1 gold to 4 gold. That's a big one. Twin Sky Lantern going from 2 gold to 1 gold. Sure. And then Price Promo Drake Portrait going from 1 gold to 0 gold. Sure, that's fine. And then we've got some minion pool updates. We've got Agam Thorn Curse will stay removed from a minion pool. Good. It should. As it should. Yeah, Agam Thorn Curse, if you guys don't know, has been terrorizing all of Battlegrounds games. Basically, the high level games, if you don't play Agam like comp and everything like that, you're basically losing the game. Then we've got Primal Fin Portrait, Shaman Prayer Beads, and Precious Pearl have been removed from the trinket pools. Sure. Primal Fin Portrait has been really good, especially if you can get like a bunch of Discover stuff with it. It could be really good. The ISR Garrus will be removed from the trinket pool if you have Souvenir Stand. I don't know what ISR Garrus does real quick. Let me look. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah, that just makes sense. Okay, yeah, sure. And then Ticket of Sticker has been removed from Mystery Cube. That sucks, but yeah, Mystery Cube, if you get like the Ticket of Sticker, it would just absolutely be like a great thing to get off of that. And then we've got bug fixes. We've got various Discover cards, Master's Call, Fawn of Power, Crystal Song Portal, stuff like that. Just anything that has Discover and stuff like that have been adjusted to more clearly and accurately account for cards gained through Discover versus alternative effects. We don't normally give refunds for these types of cards, but yeah, they're just including Master's Call due to specific change in interaction with alien encounters. So you can get your Master's Call refund, and if you want it, go into the wild cards and stuff like that. Battlegrounds fix a bug where blood gems sometimes didn't work when you had the training certificate trinket. I don't know what the training certificate trinket does, but it's whatever. And then general fix the bug where the Hearthstone has been updated message could sometimes block players even though no update is available. So yeah, sure. That is the 31.0.3 patch notes. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. I read every single one of them. Yeah, big patch. Love it. Love to see these big patches. Give us more of this in the future. And instead of like the 1 or 2 cards being nerfed or something like that. This is a whole lot. This is big. Love it. But anyways, once again, let me know what you think down in the comments below.